Hello, good evening, and greetings, and I'm going full screen here. Kabloomy bow! There we go. Hey, folks, good evening. Hello, my name is Bill. You're watching Bill's Box of Sound. Welcome to Saturday night and my live stream. So good to see all of you. Whoa, we already got 10 people in the chat room. This is great stuff. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for stopping by. Really appreciate you. It's been a crazy week. Um, Way too many people kicking the bucket this week, but we'll get into that. I don't even have a list of things written down. I just got stuff. I got stuff to do here, and hopefully I'll talk about enough stuff. But anyway, so let's see. We got first person in the chat room was good old Memphis Lonnie. Good evening, sir. And hello, Paul Ayers, stopping in. Actually taking time out to watch live this week, but it's okay if you don't watch live. You can watch anytime you want. Live is cool. Not live is cool as well. But hey, not a problem, not a problem. Kevin in Wyoming, Laramie, Wyoming, formerly home to two record stores, then one, then none, now has two, count 'em, two record stores. Yikes. Well, that's cool. Very happy to hear that. Good evening, John Fradley. Good to see you, sir. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. We know this. We know this. Oh man. Paul says he lost a cat this week. That's very sad. Oh God. I feel for you, man. When I've lost pets, it was just like losing a member of the family. You get attached to them. It's a different kind of love. What can I say? But you are still enjoying your Miles Davis journey. That's cool because yeah, I agree. Getting into Miles Davis in this day and age, or even within the past 30 years or so, has been a journey. Um, let's see. Am I getting a little? Can you see me all right? Yeah, okay. For a second, I thought I was pixelating there for a second, but no, I'm not. Everything's cool. Anyway, when I first got into Miles Davis, it was because I had heard a lot of music that people that had played with him had done that I liked, and everybody was talking about how prophetic he was and how super fantastic he was. What a great band leader, what a great soloist, what a great composer. Um, and it was a very weird direction of getting into Miles Davis. Um, you never knew what records to buy. I mean, you saw. I heard one track of Bitches Brew. I heard like 5 minutes of Spanish Key on a compilation record that CBS had put out, which is now Sony, and uh, got to hear the Mahavishnu Orchestra, and I heard that John McLaughlin was all over that. Then I heard Weather Report and Wayne Shorter and Joe Zawinul, and I picked up this record that was supposed to be Miles Davis classics, and that's let me go grab this. I think this is probably one of my very first Miles Davis records that I picked up because it was inexpensive. It was cheap. Let's see. Look in here. Okay, yeah. This was and I bought this. I think I was still in my teens or something like that. But this thing here, Miles Davis, The Complete Birth of the Cool, which is stuff that was recorded in the late 40s and in 1950. And, listening to this in the mid 1970s, I'm thinking, okay, this is just, old timey jazz music. I don't get it. But I'm glad I hung on to this because I eventually really got into this. And yes, I eventually got into Kind of Blue, In a Silent Way, My Funny Valentine, um, Someday My Prince Will Come, great records. And now I just, I got a boatload of, of Miles Davis records. And I got into all this stuff pre-streaming too. Yeah. Okay, so Kind of Blue, In a Silent Way, and Bitches Brew were my first. Yeah. I love the Second Great Quintet, but I'm also trying to go chronologically on Spotify. Yeah, that's good. But yeah, it's great to get stuff like Seven Steps to Heaven. Fantastic. Um, Milestones. If you're researching earlier Miles Davis, Milestones is a great record. All right, I'm getting way too into stuff, and it is Diet Coke time, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, brothers and sisters, siblings, and everybody in between. Let's celebrate one another, celebrate love, celebrate life, celebrate refreshment. Despite my choice of a beverage, I drink this because I like it, and you know, I can't drink regular Coke. But oh, ASMR baby, ASMR. Oh yeah, you love that sound. Oh yeah. Okay, that's the good stuff. That is the good stuff. And of course, I'm a global citizen. We also have a little bit of the Canadian side of my likes, kind of like mixed in just a little teeny bit. It doesn't take much to really enhance the taste of the Diet Coke. So there. Mm. All right. So we're going to talk about all the deaths in just a second here. And the first one, Memphis Lonnie's already talking about. He says here, gonna jump ahead for a second. Um, AIF, no Sly Stone. Does Miles even record albums like On the Corner in the 1970s? Hmm. Uh, well, there was like Miles Davis at Fillmore. There was Dark Magus, Agartha. Um, my mind's running ahead of me here. Let me just grab a few from that era. I'm just grabbing a fistful of Miles Davis here. All right. So, we got stuff like 1969, Bitches Brew. Let's see here. And I got a quadraphonic copy of that. Got Live Evil. Got Miles Davis at Fillmore. This is 1970 what? Well, we're going to have to find out, aren't we? Let's open this sucker up. Let's see. Is this pre-1971? Yeah, it has to be because there is no copyright date on it. In the U.S., they really did not start putting copyright dates on records until like 1971 for some unknown reason. Now, all around the world, you had copyright dates everywhere. But, yeah, this is around the same time that Sly and the Family Stone were popular. Anyway, Jack Johnson. We got, let's see here, Miles Davis in concert. Here is a big favorite. Now, this did not come out until 1976, but I believe it was recorded years before. This is a second grade quintet, kind of electric. Water Babies. Oh man, I love this record. This is fantastic. Here's a really good compilation. Circle in the Round, all sorts of odds and ends that were previously unreleased at the time. So, all right. So I'm going to put these here. Put them away later on. You never know. Miles may get a spin on the turntable tonight. All right. So, first of all, one day this week we hear, at the age of 82, Sylvester Stewart, a.k.a. Sly Stone, passes away. And yeah, a great loss. You've probably just been hearing these tributes all week long. First guy to really integrate a band with white and black people. He blended rock and funk and soul and created a whole fun kind of music. Summertime ain't summertime without Sly and the Family Stone music. That's how I feel about it. So I got 3 records. This is the first one that really started to blow up, the Sly and the Family Stone. This is Stand. And this is the one that's got Stand, I Want to Take You Higher, Somebody's Watching You, Sing a Simple Song, Everyday People, You Can Make It If You Try, and the 13-minute and 48 seconds Sex Machine. That just jams like crazy. So that's this one, Stand. And this one blew him up, and the record company wanted a new record so badly. And he wasn't producing. So, in the meantime, just to satisfy the public, they put out this Sly and Family Stone Greatest Hits. Ends up being the biggest selling Sly and Family Stone album ever. Sold over 5 million copies. Everybody's got this thing. As a matter of fact, I had 2 copies. I gave a copy to my stepdaughter when she found out about Sly passing away. And then the only album by Sly and the Family Stone to reach #1 upon its release was the one that finally came out after Greatest Hits had run its course, was There's a Riot Going On. Great record. This record, I guess Sly did a lot of the stuff himself, just tracking in the studio. And songs like Love and Hate, H-A-I-G-H-T, Poet Brave and Strong, Family Affair, Time, Running Away, Thank You for Talking to Me, Africa, which is kind of like a reprise of Thank You for Letting Me Be Myself Again, or Thank You for Letting Me Be Myself, as Mowgli Dayhiker is mentioning there. But also good evening to Michael P. Dawson. Good to see you, sir. Something hilarious happened this week. Speaking of Michael P. Dawson, I got this thing on Facebook, and they're trying to push this AI graphics on everything and everybody, and it's just stupid. And there was a picture of Michael P. Dawson holding up my album. Wait a second, gotta grab it to show it to you. This record right here is Spudlock. Available on Bandcamp for download or LP purchase. Get it while you can, folks. Support the arts. And help me break even on my investment. Anyway, so I had posted a picture on Facebook of Michael P. Dawson in his video where he reviewed Bih. And for some unknown random reason, Meta AI decided to take that picture and make an AI version of it. And check this out. What the hell is this? They shaved all the hair off of Michael's head, got rid of his glasses, got rid of his facial hair, and the cover of the album, the little cartoon that I drew, turns into a woman. Looks like she's holding up a glass or a vase or an Emmy Award or something like that. And the name of the album is Bop maybe, or BOA, or I don't know. It's crazy. But yeah, a cartoon made by Facebook artificial intelligence. It's just nuts. This world's going crazy. The world's going crazy. Crazy, I tell you. Okay. Oh, that's good. Good news. Oh, still on the allergy meds. Bleh. But I'm getting better. So, yeah, really sad that Sly Stone passed away. And then the very next day, Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys. Now, a lot of people are really, really, really fanatical and very, I would say, damn near reverent about Brian Wilson and the Beach Boys. I mean, I understand that he was a very creative and inventive songwriter and arranger and producer, and made some great records. And I love all those old Beach Boys songs, and but and this song has four really great hits on it, and a few other good songs. But people talk about this like it's one of the best albums ever. I beg to differ. Okay, yeah, but I've got this stereo copy of it, and I also have a mono version of it, which is supposed to be the best version ever. That was included on this album right here. There was a Beach Boys album released called Carl and the Passions, and the record company said, yeah, this ain't gonna sell. So what did they do? They put out a twofer. Let's sell more copies of Pet Sounds. Yeah, if we put out a good, nice mono copy of Pet Sounds, authorized by Brian Wilson, that will boost the sales of this. So this is a mono copy of Pet Sounds, along with this Carl and the Passions album, which is god awful. And you know, I've got this ancient copy of the Best of the Beach Boys. Now this has all the big hits on it. Yeah, Surfing USA, Catch a Wave, Surfer Girl, Little Deuce Coupe, In My Room, Fun, 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 Warmth of the Sun, and Wendy. It doesn't have Help Me Rhonda on it, bastards. But yeah, this is good. Yeah, I used to have a copy of the Beach Boys in concert, 2-record set on Brother Records. It was okay. Yeah, I should have kept it because Ricky Fattar played on in the band at that time, and he went on to become Stig O'Hara in the Ruddles. So, whatever. And I never could get into an album like Surf's Up. I'm sorry, I tried. So everybody's got different opinions, and this record is apparently worth a lot of money. Wild Honey by the Beach Boys. This is a mono copy. This is their R&B album, or their version of rhythm and blues music. It's even got a cover version of Stevie Wonder's I Was Made to Love Her on it. And it's like, man, really tough to get through this record. But I have these. I keep them in my collection. There are other Beach Boys albums that have left my collection. I know I've got a copy of Endless Summer that is just the records, and not the cover. It's just got a blank white cover, but I can't find it anyplace. And I've also got this fell into my hands, this Beach Boys Spirit of America, which has some hits on it. Dance, 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 409. It's got, what else? Barbara Ann, Do You Want to Dance, Graduation Day. Just, Beach Boys were good. Brian Wilson was great. But um, in my opinion, overhyped. I'm very sad that he had all of the mental problems that he grew to have, and a lot of people took advantage of him. It was sad that the way he passed away. Yeah, he had a lot of dementia problems, but what can you say? But some more praise from the folks in the chat room. We've got Paul saying, yeah, Pet Sounds, one of the best albums ever, but not my favorite Beach Boys. I prefer the Smile Sessions, Surf's Up, Holland, Friends, and Sunflower. Yeah, I've listened to Smile all the way through, and I know that people are very, very, very devoted to that record. I just got problems with it. It just does not float my boat. Let's see. Lonnie says the first few albums on Columbia are hard to listen to, as they're all very mellow. Nice harmony too. On Columbia, maybe Capitol. I don't know. All right. Well, that's that. So, two huge deaths. Now, they say that these deaths always come in threes. Because that just happens. I mean, because like they had Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, and Groucho Marx all died within a couple weeks of each other. It was back in the early 70s. But there was a death that was announced on Thursday, I believe, which set it made me upset because this is a group that never really got their comeuppance. I'm talking about Nitzer. Okay. Now, as far as vinyl, I only have some 12-inchers by these guys. The lead singer of Nitzer, and I forgot his name already. Hold on. All right. Doesn't say anything on there. They were on the mute label. All right. Well, anyway, their lead singer passed away. And I was a big Nitzer fan. I've got some 12-inch singles. I've got Join in the Chant. This is not techno music. This is not punk music. It's EBM, electronic body music. Great stuff. Also got the 12-inch for Murderous. Yes. Ugh. What a band. I've got Hearts and Minds single, maxi single, 12-inch. Indeed. 4 different mixes on this. Also got Control I'm Here from the album Belief. What a great record. Great record, great record. Yeah, they weren't big on putting the names of the band members on the record because everything was just Nitzer Produkt. And Nitzer doesn't really mean anything. It was German without being German because it sounded German, and also Getting Closer. Oh, great song. My first exposure to Nitzer was when I was working at a record store, and I got this promo cassette that just said Nitzer had a catalog number for the Geffen album that was released, and it was just a typed up J card, and this it had the street date on it. So I put it on, and basically got a metallic drum beat. You got some synthesizer doing a repetitive bass line and some noises over it, and this guy's screaming, "Oh, oh, 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 burn, 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 fire, 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 wow!" And each song is basically, okay, rhythm here, electronics here, the guy yells over it, do it. What? Crazy, just crazy. Let me look up something real quick here. So anyways, so these let's see. The guy's name is Douglas McCarthy. That's it. Douglas McCarthy was the member of Nitzer that passed away. So we're listening to this thing and we're laughing at how crazy this is. Drop a rhythm, drop a synthesizer, start yelling over it. That's what Nitzer was to us. But it pulled us in and we really got into it. And I started collecting their singles. Like this first one, which is Isn't It Funny How Your Body Works? So I got all this stuff on CD singles. Then there was this one here, which is the Warsaw Ghetto 12-inch. Then came out with this thing, Nitzer. This was, which songs were on here? Remixes. Doesn't even list the freaking songs. This is from 1990. Oh wait, no, this is the Get Clean remix. So then there's an album of early singles called So Bright So Strong, only came out in the UK and in Germany. And then their very first album, That Total Age. This was the music that was on that fateful cassette that I had heard. And yeah, great songs. Violent Playground, Murderous, Smear Body, their big hit Join in the Chant, Fitness to Purpose, let Your Body Learn. God, great stuff. And then we've got yet another reissued CD single of dance mixes of Get Clean. Then this is the teaser single for the second album, Control I'm Here, from 1988. And their album Belief, which really carried on the torch of the first album, but improved on it. This is probably my favorite Nitzer album. You know, it's got Control I'm Here. Let's see, Hearts and Minds. Captivate. You said you got it all. Captivate. Without Believe, Shame. And KIA, which stands for Killed in Action. So, yet another single, Shame. Lots of CD singles. Here's one of those little 3-inch CD singles for the song "Hearts and Minds." This is I have that on a 12-inch that I showed you earlier. And then they came out with their next album called Showtime. And this was not that bad, but wasn't as good as the first two albums. It came out with an album called Showtime. We called it HBO, me and my friends. But this has some great songs like Getting Closer, Fun to Be Had, and Lightning Man. And with that album comes these CD singles. For example, here's Lightning Man. And this is a CD single, maxi single of Lightning Man, Getting Closer, and Fun to Be Had from the second album. Then, let's see, give you a moment here. Just double checking something here. Where is it? Was As Is on that album as well? No, they put out a standalone single, As Is, and had 4 songs coming up from the album that was released after that, which was called, hold on a second, I have to do something here. Let's get that here. The next album was called Ebbhead. And I did see these guys live at, where was it? At the Empire Concert Club. And the Revolting Cocks opened for them. I even have a ticket stub to prove it. Yep, 1992. And that was a fun show. And I also saw Nitzer open for Depeche Mode on one of their big arena tours. They played at the Blossom Music Center. Let's put this back in here so I could save my ticket stub for my Nitzer thing here. And then they came out with a single called I Give to You, and also a double single with different mixes. They've got Godhead from Ebbhead, and also some live Nitzer. These are CD singles that have 2 CDs. Oh wait, no, this is 1 CD. That's 2 CDs. And the last one I have is a single called Ascend, which has 3 versions, and then there's a Trigger Happy remix on here as well. So these are all of my Nitzer CDs. Now, after this, I kind of lost track of them. They came out with an album called Big Hit. A friend of mine bought it. We sat and listened to it. We decided to call that album Big Shit because we weren't happy with it. So, and they kept on. They broke the band up for a few years. They regrouped. In 2010, they put out an album that I never even knew about until I heard about Douglas McCarthy passing away, and listened to it on Spotify. It's all right, but any copies of it that I could find on CD or record were way, way, way too expensive, so I'm not going to pick that up. But still, an empty spot in my heart for Nitzer fans. Nitzer is continuing as a band. McCarthy died of cirrhosis of the liver. He had to stop performing about 5 or 6 months ago, and the electronics guy in the band, Bon Harris, he has taken over the vocals for Nitzer. So the band's going to continue without him. So who knows what's going to happen with that. So that was the week in death for the week concluding June 14th, Flag Day here in the United States. and also no King's Day. So there. All right. What else we got? Ah, I went to Columbus. My wife and I went down to Columbus, Ohio, to look at IKEA because they have some different kinds of recliners. We're looking for a more comfortable recliner and or couch for the house to accommodate things here. And after we got done looking around at IKEA, we were gonna drive back up to Northern Ohio, which is about a 2-hour drive. And I said, "Listen," I said to my lovely wife, "there's a record store that people rave about down here. It's a 15-minute drive, like a 10-minute drive from here. I promise I'll only go in there and spend about 10 or 15 minutes maximum in this record store." And she says, "Okay, go ahead." So we drove down and we saw this record store. I'll bring up the picture here. Let's see here. Where is it? Nope, that's not it. 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 Oh, ho, 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 ho. There it is. This is a lovely little record store with a big history in Columbus, Ohio. It's had many locations, but the current location is this place right here, a record store called Used Kids. Folks, if you're in the Columbus, Ohio area, I think it would be very beneficial to you to stop by this store and look at the records. This place is stuffed to the gills with records, and lots of them, and rare stuff, common stuff, stuff you've never heard of, used stuff, new stuff, record store day stuff that you thought nobody had anymore. Oh my God, I went crazy. I could have just walked out of there and spent a couple of $100 very, very easily. Oh my God. Oh. Used Kids in Columbus, Ohio. What a cool record store. Now, I still got to go down there and see Magnolia Thunder Pussy. That's supposed to be a great record store in Columbus as well. But I may just take a trip down, just do a crawl of record stores in Columbus. That would be fun. Because I've already been down to Novelty, Ohio, near Dayton, and I've seen the Plaid Room Records, which is the home of the what's the name of that label? Um, um, now. Delvin Lamar record. I forget. Oh, Coal Mine. The Coal Mine label is what that record store is home to. But anyway, let's get back to Used Kids Records. Went in there. They had, I go in. Most record stores have a few residence records. They had a big shitload. So I went and I bought 3 records at this place. Since I know that Abigail DeVoe is doing Neil Young's Tonight's the Night on her next Vinyl Monday, what happened to it? Hello. I got it right here, don't I? Nope. That's not it. That's not it. Here it is. I picked up a very early copy of Tonight's the Night. You can tell because of this black Reprise label on it. This is a great record. This was recorded in 73, not released until 75. Neil Young was dealing with the deaths of a few close friends and band members. And so a lot of these songs come from a very emotional state. It's not a perfect album, but it's really good to sit and listen to very late at night. Highly recommended. Neil Young, Tonight's the Night. So this is the one used record I got. I got two new records. And you know what? Jason Kelleher is texting me right now, asking me if I do DJing. Dude, you should be watching this. You know that I DJ, but I will answer your direct message from Facebook when I get off in about half an hour. By the way, I'm going to be stopping it very, very, very promptly at 11 o'clock because um, They Might Be Giants is doing a concert for their fan club members. What fan club? Well, I don't know. You must be talking about some other band. But anyway, They Might Be Giants is doing a special concert specifically for their fan club members. Well, not exactly. They have a scheduled gig in Seattle, and it starts at 8 o'clock Seattle time, which will be conveniently 11 o'clock. They will be streaming it to their fan club members at 11 o'clock. So I'm gonna get off of the air in about 15 minutes so I can watch They Might Be Giants live on my computer. Anyway, two other records I got. I've been wanting to get this record for a while now, and Stevie Wonder's Music of My Mind. Now, this is the first album that he did after he fulfilled his original contract with Motown, and he became of legal age, renegotiated his contract, got a lot more personal involvement and power over his career, and made this amazing album, playing almost every single instrument by himself, except for a guitar solo and some horns on the album. And I think some background vocals as well. But this is a really good album. It's got some great tracks. It's got a couple of bummers on here, a couple of tracks that I wasn't too thrilled with. But, like Love Having You Around, Superwoman, I Love Every Little Thing About You. Let's see what else. Think Evil, and there's a couple of songs on side two, but the gem on this album is a song that I did not know about until I read a book by Quinta Brunson. Quinta Brunson is the creator and the star of the sitcom Abbott Elementary, which runs on ABC. It's also on Hulu. Very clever show about a Philadelphia elementary school and the people who teach there and stuff like that. But very funny sitcom. But anyway, so Quinta Brunson, the creator of the show, and she writes a lot of the shows as well, did a memoir of growing up, and she talked about music, and she talked very reverently about this album, and specifically the first song on side two, Happier Than the Morning Sun. Wow, what a song that is. Love it, love it, love it, love it. So very happy to pick this up. This is a reissue on Motown, or Tamla, should we say. And the other new record I got was I believe this was a Record Store Day release. Let's double check here. Actually, no, this was not a Record Store Day release. This was a 30th anniversary reissue from the ORG record group, and it's on aqua blue vinyl. This is the outsider artist gone inside, Daniel Johnston. Fun. This is some very different stuff. And this album was produced by Paul Leary of the Butthole Surfers. And this has a lot of really different songs on it. So, man. Wait a second. Wait. What's going on here, sir? Sir? Huh? That Coke needs some whiskey? It's got some whiskey in it. I'm way ahead of you, my friend. Just a little dab will do you. Tastes wonderful. Anyway, thank you for your comment. That's awesome. Oh, and we got some comments about Neil Young as well. Yeah. Paul says, Tonight's the Night, Time Fades Away, and On the Beach are my favorite Neil albums. And Mowgli says, I had one of Neil's 70s records that had a black label promo. How rare was that as a black label promo instead of a white label promo? Very cool. But yeah, I got to listen to this. This is hard to get into, but very outsider, very interesting. Daniel Johnston was a very creative person, had a lot of mental problems as well. We've lost him, but his records remain. So that's cool. So those are the three records that I bought, even though when I was on my way out, I saw the new Blue Note Tone Poet releases. They had the Blue Surge, and they had Andrew Hill's Andrew album. I wanted to buy those, but it's like, stop yourself, Bill. Get yourself a list of your wants. Do a road trip. Things may turn out a lot better. Okay. What else is going on in this world? What have I been listening to? Oh, I know what else I've been listening to. Oh, by the way, for you Frank Zappa fans, the ZappaCast is in the final stages of production and should be up in the air for your consumption before the street date of Cheaper Than Cheap, which will be June 26th, June 27th, June 27th, which is less than 2 weeks away. But anyway, what was I talking about? That I was listening to. Damn. Okay, I completely forgot what I was gonna pull out. Oh yes, I know what I was talking about. The last one came. Oh, Steely Dan fans. Steely Dan fans. We have completed the circle. I now have every single Steely Dan album on audiophile LP. The Royal Scam finally came. And now I just got to pay all these off. But I've been saving up. These are paid for. The Royal Scam is in the house. I'm going to do a review of it. This sounds amazing. Even though you got to get up every 2 or 3 songs. But man, the one giveaway I'm gonna talk about with this is the very last song, "The Royal Scam." It's got that solo muted trumpet on it. It will send chills down your spine, man. Oh, this was the very first album I ever bought by Steely Dan. Back when I was in high school, because I had heard Kid Charlemagne, and I had heard Haitian Divorce on the radio, and I liked it so much, I had to save up my coins and dollars and pick up this album, The Royal Scam by Steely Dan. Loved it. And from here on out, I started going backwards into the Steely Dan catalog, and never stopped loving this band. So very, 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 very happy with my Steely Dan ultra high quality records and my Analog Productions double 45 versions as well. A few weeks ago, as I had talked about on this show, there was a a record show that I attended, and I also just displayed some records of my own to sell. Um, I am planning on having a sale during one of my live streams, maybe next week, of some of the records that I thought were going to sell, but ended up not selling. I'm going to try and make them attractive prices, but if people want to bid higher, you can do it. So I'll probably end up making a preview video, and then I will do the auction during one of my live streams. Maybe next week. I'll try to promote it ahead of time. Aside from that, good to see you, Thumpfinger. Also, I am planning on doing some Twitch live streams soon where we just play records. Now, if you want to be alerted when I do go live, if you are not signed up on Twitch, twitch.tv, definitely go there, because all of my songs, all of my shows are simulcast on both YouTube and on Twitch, all of my live streams. And if you subscribe to me on twitch.tv, you will be notified, like on your cell phone or through an email, that I am live and I will be playing music. So sign up for Twitch if you don't have that signed up already. And hopefully we'll be doing some fun live streams that you have to watch them live, because I have to delete the shows immediately so that there's no copyright strikes, and that the things don't get taken down. So be aware of that. By the way, Thumpfinger, you probably have all these, but some of the stuff that I'm going to sell, I do have a Les Claypool Live Frogs sets 1 and 2. And I also do have a couple of Primus albums that are going to be. I think I got 3 different Primus albums that are in there. Extras that I have bought over the years that I'm selling. But you've probably got every single one of them. So that's old news for you. So what else is going on? It's 56 minutes past the hour. I'm going to shut this mess down so I can go take care of a couple things here at the house, and then I'm going to go watch They Might Be Giants live from Seattle on their live stream. If you've got a password, you can get in, but I can't give you the password because I don't know. You must be talking about some other band. So let's play some more weirdness. And folks, I want to thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you. I am almost at 6,000 subscribers on YouTube. Less than 100 to go. So if you are not subscribed to this channel, what the heck are you doing? You got to go hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, enjoy this stuff, enjoy music, enjoy records, enjoy CDs, enjoy everything. Love one another, please. Keep an open mind. 8647. All that good stuff. And I won't say any more about that. But I thank each and every one of you. I had a great time. Hope you did too. Stay tuned for your local news, except on the West Coast. You people in Mountain Time, well, you do what's right for you because you know better. Yes. Yes. And, that's not 8747. It's 8647, buddy. 86 it. 86 it. Yes. Okay. So, once again, thank you everybody for stopping by. I will see you next week. And we'll have some more fun at that time. So, keep rocking. This is Bill signing out. Signing off. Crank it up! Woo! Get that sound disco going. Yeah!